Hey family, how you guys doing today? I got music in my head. I was trying to find this song so I can play and not have to worry about being striked anyway, but it was you know, my brother's brother. I was trying to find his recording so I could come on early and have it jammed, and I was like, man, I couldn't find it, but I already hit the go live button. So finally, I'm going to talk about self assessment. I'm going to talk mainly about me and see if you guys can relate, because I ain't throwing the onus on nobody. I have to speak about myself just so you guys can see how it took a while to get here. It took a while to get in here to really self assess. I mean, really self assess. And sometimes we don't want to do that. Sometimes, to look in the mirror, I mean, really look in the mirror and look at yourself and check these boxes to make sure, hey, am I growing? Am I standing still? Am I really standing still? Am I in my head? And then really getting where you could care less what anybody thinks, unless they doing the same thing you're doing. Unless they behind the YouTube, I mean, on the YouTube live and talking and really doing this, then I want to listen to that person who want to give me some advice. But I take advice, thick skin. I don't care. You probably like, I don't like you. This. That's everybody's business. That's their perception. But I had to do self-assessment. And it's good for you to do that just to see if you're growing and standing still. Plus, we got to rewire our brain. And I'm like, when you keep talking about rewiring your brain, that's why you're doing these lives for 30 days. Yes. Because we need to build up a routine. Build up a routine so we can stick to ourselves to see if we're growing, to really self-assess ourselves and make sure that, how can I put this? The more we lie to ourselves, the more we stand still and more fear is going to be up on us. And I mean, to where you don't even want to move. You just paralyzed. You stand there like, and I just learned. I mean, I learned, which sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, to do things scared. That's why I be like in my head sometimes, especially when especially, he's so silly, especially when you like really in your head and you want to make sure you're saying stuff clear, and then when people ask questions, it's like I'm already nervous. I don't know what y'all gonna say in there. I don't know what you're gonna put in that chat box, and my heart be like, well, they're gonna have to ask me, they're gonna ask me, what they're gonna ask me. Sometimes I care, sometimes I don't care, but I'll be like, let me make sure that I make the best, select the best choice. And then sometimes you be like, man, maybe I should say this, maybe I should say that. So you already seen firsthand when the young lady was saying I was all over the place. You seen firsthand how asking questions, and sometimes you're nervous. Sometimes you're like, man, sometimes I say stuff on purpose. And what I mean by that is you don't know who's watching, and you got to cover your behind. You got to be careful your behind, because if you say stuff, especially the wrong stuff, somebody gonna try to sue you, this, fact check this, take down your channel, this. I know we shouldn't worry, but I was trying to unmonetize my channel. I promise you I was trying, but I did it, and they was like, delete your channel. I'm like, I am not about to delete. About what, 4 years, 20, it's like 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, almost 4 years of data. I was like, I don't know about y'all, but that's one thing I wasn't going to do. I was not about to lose all my. Nope. I just rather have it struck and taken down that way, not to not have it monetized in this. But I know somebody like, girl, you just do this, you do this. I get it, but I'm gonna leave everything where it is from now, because I want to leave it monetized. So I say near future, or when my grandchildren get up. So what grandma talking about? Why grandma wearing that? And why her hair and she keep changing? You want your want your kids and your kids to see this and this. That was grandma. She acted like that. Oh, she cool. Them like, that's how my grandma look now. Grandma in her 90s. Why grandma looked like that? Grandma was all right. You know, you just never know. But truly, and like I said, I wasn't running from the assessment, but like I said, when I do a live podcast, it didn't work out. doing the podcast on what is it? Spotify, on Spotify. Just ran into some issues. Honestly, it's hard to keep my phone charged. I'm just gonna be honest. It's hard to keep my phone charged right now. My phone's on 6%, and I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube, and that's the phone. My Samsung Galaxy phone is the phone that I record my podcast. And I'm like, here it is. Last night, the phone died on me. Now the phone on 6%, and I am not gonna have it recording while it's charging. No, I want to keep the battery. I know how them batteries go out. But what I was saying about self-assessment, like just growing up as children, just self-assessing. The worst thing that we did, how can I put this in here? As children, as children, sitting there teaching children, and like when I was speaking about, I think a couple of videos back, about how we lie to ourselves. The main thing we to do when you do a self-assessment, we must stop lying to ourselves. And I mean lying, because let's talk about the pain of when you was a child and your parents told you no. You be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. You crying, they snot nosing. You would swear you popped the child, or you just took the whole world from the child. Imagine that pain. Imagine the child in pain, especially when you say, and I hope no kids in the room, but especially when you say, and or when they realize that Santa Claus isn't real. So those pains that I want to just bring onto you as an adult. When I was looking at myself, I was like, dang, that was a hard pill to swallow. And you looking at your parents like, what else you hiding from me? You looking at doubt, and that's where all these emotions starts coming down on you as a child. You start doubting this. This is when you first feel. I was thinking about that as a child when I first sat down and said, no Santa. I heard of my brothers and sisters because of my mother's side of the family. I'm the baby. But I'm on my dad's side of the family. I'm the middle child. I'm the middle, dead center in the middle. And it's 7 on that side, 3 on my mom's side. So I was like, man. And they hear stuff from your brothers and sisters, you be like, stop playing. Stop lying. What? And then they do stuff mean. You already know when you hear stuff, you hear it when they lash out to say, that's why Santa Claus ain't real. And you be like, what do you mean? You devastated. You devastated. Just like when you want to go out with your friends, your parents tell you no. You thinking you can date somebody, they be like, no. You be like, but I loved it, did him. I'm just talking about the pain that we deal when I want you to stop lying to yourself. That's just where I'm at, because self-assessment, oh my gosh, it's like the hardest thing to really be truthful about. Yeah, you can say all the good things. Yeah, like you're like, I know how to dress, I know how to do that, and I'd be like, my part when I was in the military was so easy because I was putting on a uniform. I already know what I'm going to wear. Now I'd be like, I promise you, that's like not a difficult, but I'd be like, man, I don't want to wear that. I don't even want to wear bras. I might just stay in the backyard. And I was like, only reason why I did this video now, because we had just got from the grocery store. I have all this fruit right here in front of me because I am not going to pan the camera because I will lose everything. But I need to juice. So after this, I'm juicing. And I was like, I was already just. So when I go outside, I have a privacy fence in my backyard. So I be out there sometimes, with my robe on. And I go out here and meditate and do whatever. Sometimes just go in shorts and the t-shirt, the pajamas on. It's a privacy backyard. So you'd be like, oh, how do you do this? Because I ain't got to wear a bra. I don't know if you see Led 73. It was so funny to me when he was saying that he wanted his own land. So if he walks a mile, or he's exaggerating, to the mailbox, if he has to stop and go to the bathroom, he can just go to the bathroom. So I laughed. No, I'm not gonna do that in my backyard because I don't have a big backyard, and you never know who's looking or peeking over the fence. But I still have a privacy backyard where I can go out there, anything I see fit of wearing. Somebody peek over, they just peek over. They just peek over. But anyway, we talk about, back to self-assessment, back to just telling yourself the truth, telling yourself, yo, you do overthink. You do overthink. Like, I know the main thing that I did not want to go live, because I know how when I record a video, I be taking this out, taking that, forget words, be adding words. You're on a roll that sometimes, like, I remember, I love garlic. I will put garlic in everything until I saw that the good, what the bad outweighed the good. Now I stopped doing garlic. Turmeric and ginger is like my favorite now, cayenne pepper. But it was more of, I kept saying garlic when I meant turmeric. It's like sometimes you be like, dang, did I just really say that? So I know when a young lady was, I was just telling the truth, that it was more of, I know that sometimes my brain is faster than my mouth. And then sometimes I'll bring something up and it's not even related, but I'll just say it. And it's like, why you say that? And I'll go back and I would chop the dinner live. You just go. I mean, you can't take anything back. Right? You can't take anything, but like I fall out this chair right now, you see me fall out the chair. Plain and simple. You see me fall out the chair. But it's just the point of it's live. So there's no cutting, there's no clip. I can't add no videos. And live is so much easy because I ain't gotta upload, render. Like, I would love to show y'all guys pictures. I would love to let you guys see the train of thought. That's why I love putting pictures. So you ever go to my old videos, you'll see it's pictures, it's clips. Because really, a lot of people are visual learners, meaning if you see a picture, you're like, oh, now I get what she's saying. Even if you see some words, you'll be like, okay, so that's the word she left out. Now I get the train of thought. Here you be like, I just be rolling. I mean, I ain't gonna tell, I be rolling. I be like, look, I need to go do this. And you have like so much going on that, like, if my mom come through here or somebody ring the doorbell or something, because I'm expecting a package right now. So I'm kind of listening out for the not the UPS, but the Federal Express guy. But this is me self-assessing. This is me already know that my I will go way around the moon and back. And then you got, oh, that's what she means. And I know that about myself. And that was the main reason why I was like, Kareem, I was like, shut up. I don't know if I want to go live. Especially I didn't want to mess up his brand. That's why I'm always critical of what I say, how I act. Because I'm not trying to mess up no one's brand. Just like I don't want anyone to mess up my brand. Don't want no one to mess up my brand, because I'm very wise alternatives, because we need some wise choices and we need some wise alternatives. And you know what I don't like? Herbs are not the alternatives. Herbs are the original. They like those, y'all tell us some organic original. So it shouldn't be, oh, you want some alternative medicine, or they should say the prescription should be alternative medicine. You get me to talking and talk, you be like, girl, did you just say the hell to the yeah? Because we talking about what God made, what Mother Nature. I'm gonna tell you, you go in your backyard and you see what's growing. And if you actually get that app, everybody should download the app. And you go and click this app, and you be like, oh, that's poison ivy, oh, that's poison oak, or you be like, oh, snap. That's what dandelion look like. And you be like, what? I got plantain growing in my backyard. I'm just saying. You be like, wait a minute, that is not burdock root. Wait, hold on. I got burdock root in my backyard. Like right now, I got a whole bunch of rosemary, and I love it. The smell is like, whoo, heaven. But anyway, I got rosemary and lavender just blooming. And I got the birds back here. I just go back and look at the birds. But anyway, back to my train of thought. But I'm just saying, if you take an app and find out what you got in your backyard, you be like, dang. So that's what God is telling me, that I need to correct my issues. Because I can't say, I'm not diagnosing you. I'm not preventing any diseases. And I didn't say cure, and I'm just making sure that I put out there. But if you get that app and go and see what's in your backyard, you'd be like, wait a minute. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. I was going to sing this song, but I'm not. But you go out here and you be like, what? So is this what? Because it's free. I mean, it just grows. It just grows because you didn't plant anything unless you plant in the garden. But you just, close your eyes and then you see what comes up in the spring. You be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that what you want me? Is that the way it look? And you go out there and you clean it up. And most of the time you want the root. Most of the time you want the root. because it got so many healing properties, so many nourishment that your body needs. Because your body be like, you need selenium. You are missing iodine. Do you know that? Do you know your iron's low? And you don't realize that until you take that blood test, like, once a year, and you're like, dang, you did say my iron's low. Dang, you did say this. And it'll be right there in your backyard. But back to self-assessment. And that is self-assessing your health. But bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. But just being real with yourself, really being real with yourself. And I had to be real with myself. And I was like, maybe if you write, and I'm telling you, maybe you write stuff down. Yeah, I saw it all over the place. I do not have the best of handwritings. And I'm not even going to tell you the story about my best of my handwriting. But I remember when I first started going to college, man, my handwriting, I was like taking my time, and I was like, yo, you gotta make sure you take the best of notes. Because when I went to college in 80s, I went to college in the 80s. I was like, wait a minute, I gotta write, I gotta take notes, because whoo, when the professor be saying something, it's totally different. High school, junior high school, all that's different than college. College, but then we need a typewriter. I was like, my mama can't afford a typewriter. We can't get a typewriter, but you know, so happens she got me a typewriter. So guess who had to learn to type? And I'm like, self-assessment. I was like, I don't know, I typed. And after a while, it got better. And then guess what happens? Then they come out with the computer. Now what? The laptop, the cell phone. And I'd be like, how y'all do that? And y'all remember we used to text and it costs $1. Y'all see technology. But I'm talking about self-assessing myself. I'm speaking of, I grew up where there was no cell phones, where there were no, compute the print, get your mind right. The typewriter was there, but I don't mean you had a typewriter in your house, and then when we got a typewriter, you're like, okay, what we typing, what we doing? Okay, we got the book report. Most of the time, if I'm not writing it by hand, I ain't writing it. I mean, the best thing came out was the computer, where you had to learn. But just think, my mind to where I had to self-assess myself, I was like sweating bullets. Like, how you work this thing and what do you do? Um, that's when they had classes. You had to take a class, but there ain't no class on the cell phone. I was like, and y'all know these cell phones get more and more techie. My mind be like, my mind be like, I don't know. Like right now, I got to get a phone. I got to get a phone right now. You think that's like number one? It's number one on priority, because my apps tell you how old my phone is. My app don't work. I'd be like, wait a minute, I can't find the app. And I was like, wait a minute. So you telling me, she just learning. So you telling me that if the app don't show up, that means I got the wrong version phone? And you like, man, come on now. Come on. How are we supposed to really take our elder? What you trying to say? No one's, and this is just me talking. It just make you think, you're like, so no one's gonna be older than 50 because 60, because these apps, so I'll be like, man, I gotta download another app, and they gotta have its own password, and they gotta tell me some face recognition, your finger, all this stuff. With me self-assessing myself is like, man. And I promise, I gotta get a man that's techie. I gotta get a man that my husband, he gotta make sure you know how to fix things, because it took me 8 hours. I have this desk that goes up and down. I said, and it came so many parts. I promise you, I wanted to get up under the desk that I had. I just wanted to get up there and cry. I was like, I'm single and I can't put this together. It's a simple technology. I was like, yo, I gotta pay somebody. And this is during a demic, when you used to could just get that card and it says $80. I said, I'd be glad to pay $80. Somebody come and fix it. But during the demic, you can't have nobody in your house. Oh, you got to fill out this questionnaire. Is anybody in your house had the Anybody in your house been next to the Anybody is sick now? Anybody got the flu? Do you have signs and symptoms and this and this? You're like, well, dang, I got to do all this. And This is you self-assessing yourself, how you going to progress, how you going to do this. And I know I started from being a kid, but I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me far as now retiring out the military. And I was doing a lot of multi-level marketing. And I was like, man, I need to stop this. I just went in myself and was enjoying my life. And I was like, I ain't doing none of that. And then when I took the herbals course, I was like, I'm just doing this for myself. I'm learning this for myself. So I'm in the class, and you know how you growing and moving, and I'm like scared, nervous. I took that class out of fear of the knowledge of not knowing about my body. Because you took a health class, and that health class was mainly you just want to hear what they say about sex. You want to see what they talk about STDs. You want to hear what they talk about kissing, so you can just be up on it and be with your friends. Yes, I took the class. You just want to be the it kid, because that was me. I mean, I was shy. It was always in my head. But what I learned to myself, I still was this high D. This sleeping giant kept popping out every once in a while, and then she'd go back. Pop out, come back. And I was like, well, dang, why did I act like that? And then until I took the flight assessment 2.0, it was back then, it was just the flight assessment. Now, every time I got the flight assessment 2.0, I took that assessment and it slapped the bejesus out of me. Not the, not, y'all get me. It's slapped me, be like, whoa, whoa. I said, that's me. And to see you on paper, your character, it's like, wow, that is me. And I was like, how do you fix it? Because to me, I thought it was a flaw, but it was your character. It was you. It was you being a high D. And I'm like, now I see. But the assessment also teaches you how to recognize and how to overcome to be the other three positions, the other three characters, because we all have all four of the characteristics. It's just that one is dominant. And I realized that I was like, wow. So I had to do that assessment, but I had to learn me. Like right now, I'm doing coaching, so it'll be a better version. So what you guys are seeing, you actually see me from being shy way back in 2020. Now I'm just gangsta. I just go live. I'm gonna go live. Y'all don't like what I have to say, you just get off. But I must continue going live, and I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit just because you tell me all these things. I know, but I'm not gonna have that let me quit, because if I quit, then who's really being a disservice? I'm shrinking and I go hide, and am I gonna grow? No. So y'all gonna see me grow in front of the camera. I want you to see me grow in front of the camera, so you can say, well, dang, if she could do it, and if she in the middle of her journey, I mean, dad near, I'm like right in the middle. I don't care. I'm like right in the middle, starting a business at 53 and not knowing nothing, and being like, did I really just start this business? Am I really doing it? And then I feel myself. I'm in the middle. Y'all see me in the middle of a business, in the middle of really three businesses. And I'm like, but I'm managing. I'm not gonna let it freak me out. I'm not, because back in the day, I promise you, one problem, I was like, oh, the whole day's ruined. I gotta fix this, especially doing taxes. Oh my gosh. I am so proud of myself that I did not extend it. I know today a lot of y'all doing your tax, a lot of y'all may be getting extensions, but I'm proud of myself because that's one thing I said. I called Jackie, and no, Tammy knows she probably sick of me. I'm like, girl, I was like, God, we got to do this before. And this is me self-assessing myself. Did I do it scared? Yes. Yes. I was like, we got to get this. We got to do this. And the biggest thing what I looked at is seeing your business and seeing that, you be like, dang, that's all I did. I did that. And you be like, well, dang, I worked this and this and this. And I say my business is failing, but you thinking that you made more money, and you be like, you didn't. And then when you see the real numbers, you're like, dang, I refund all that money. Because I remember, I was doing a mentorship program, and the mentorship program, the criteria was you had to have your business. You had to already have a business, and everybody that came on board did not have a business. Then I had two people that was in UK, and they was asking me, could I do it twice a day? And I'm like, no, it's already going to be enough that I got to make product, build a business, go live, edit videos, do courses. You know what I'm saying? Go live. Y'all understand YouTube? I mean, being a like a content creator. I don't think I'm a content creator, but then I'm like, you are a content creator. Do you know that, you are this, you that? I'm like, I don't look at myself like that. I look at myself learning and growing and just sharing y'all, let y'all see, my world, and self-assessing myself, because I was an overthinker. Sometimes I still am, because y'all saw it live in person, me on live, like when she wanted to know about the key later and should she do it sleep or wake, and it's like it just all depends. A lot of stuff depends on the person. Honestly, a lot of stuff depends on the person, because some people are brilliant of making snap decisions. Me, I'd be like, let's go do this. I'd be like, all I'm thinking about is accomplishing the mission. I mean, a lot of stuff could be going down. I'm like, nope, because we're going to accomplish the mission. We're going to worry about that later. Just take a note, worry about that later. That's what I'm doing. I'm focused on accomplishing the mission and keep it moving. And where do you think I learned that at? 23 years is ingrained into me to be a finisher, to get it done however you need to get it done. And then you do the assessment later. You go back and say, you're supposed to do the risk. You do a risk assessment. But I'm speaking of, soldiers get missing, you have emergencies, people go on leave, people get sick, blase, as you trying to accomplish mission. So by the time you get to the mission, you done seen all these things that's failing, but you're like, nope, I'm going to get this done, and we're going to worry about that later. So you already know the risk. You already know the risk of people not being there, and then, things just, because the military, you don't know if you're going to leave. It could just be like, like they tell me at the 9/11, and, everything just froze, just like with the demic, everything froze. You like, wait, hold, what? Wait a minute. So we still got to self-assess ourselves. And you like during that time, I was like, man, what I loved is I was already chilling in the house. I'm already a homebody, so my heaven's right here. I'm chilling. So I was in the house, and it didn't phase me. It was like, you ain't gotta go outside. I said, for what? You gonna drive your car? Where am I going? If I gotta go to the post office, sometimes I can walk. It was maybe a mile and a half, but it was a beautiful day, and I walked. Was I tired? Yeah. Did I get my son? Hell yeah. Did I learn a lot about myself? What I learned with me walking, that I still had it. But what I realized, that I was already prepping myself from living in New York. I lived on the 11th floor. The elevator didn't work all the time. So who you think ran up and down the stairs? And I remember my best friend, they lived on the 17th floor. A couple of times we ran up the stairs, and plenty of times we didn't even take the elevator. We just ran all 17 flights. You're like, you did that? And then I just realized why this muscle memory, this body remember. I can not do physical fitness for like a whole week or a month, a damn near year. You do a little something, but my body still remember. You could still do a road march. You could still run. You can still do push-ups. It may hurt. You can still do push-ups. Now, push-ups ain't gonna hurt that much, because what I'm doing, I'm patched up and I'm taking my herbs, and I'm staying hydrated. Right now, this is coconut water, and it's harmless harvest. So that's what I'm drinking. You like, where's the you be like, where's the plastic container? Nope. Your girl gonna drink out of glass, because I don't want no one's fake estrogen or whatever's coming out of that plastic. Not saying it does, but you don't know. You don't know. I don't know what the plastic container. I'm pretty sure how much this costs. It's a really good plastic, and there's no plastic coming in there. I'm pretty sure, because if you get and I ain't complaining about the price. Me, I just worry about my health. So me doing more assessment of myself is what I had to do. Is I had to realize that, in this field, in this herbalism field, and this learning these herbs, man, you got to get your game up with reading. And y'all see me, I ain't trying to read nothing. That's why I be pulling the electronic out. And of course, I ask my kids, I'm like, do they got an app this? And I'm like, yeah, ma, they got this. So I'm like, I don't. And I go in, and I make sure that I go ahead and do a pronunciation. So I already learned that I need to be better at speaking and reading, because I'd be like, what in the world did that say? Because I be pulling things up. I be like, man, I'm about to pull something up. That's why y'all don't see me pulling things up and trying to read. I be like, what? What did that say? I try to keep things plain, basic, because I know I did the assessment of myself. I did a self assessment and realized that I try to stop overthinking. I try to keep things basic as possible. I don't want to go all around, moon, and back because I will do that. I will put a whole thing like, what is she talking about? Oh, that's what she mean. If you were, like you said, like your day ones of people knowing you from 2020, 2021, and if you've seen the videos, you already kind of like filled in the gaps, some of the things I say, some of the things, some of the words I miss. But that's that's the thing of going live, and you being an expert with it. And some people have teams. They're like, you missed this word, you can go back. I did. Let me go back and explain. I got a team. Like right now, I don't have that many moderators, and three, most of them work. One of them is stay at home dad. Just had the third child. Mike just had his daughter, so he got his princess at home, and she's not even 2 months now. So I can't be expecting him to come on here and go live and go ahead and help me or text me because those are extra necessities. So what I do, I self assess and I just roll with it. I just roll with it. I will roll with it even if no one's watching the video. I will roll with it even if no one is in the chat room. I'm still gonna roll with it because I'm live. It's my channel, and I'm gonna keep going no matter what. Because me is just accomplishing the mission and make sure you guys know the steps you need to do to self-assess yourself. Because we have to be real with ourselves and stop lying. I was like, I already know that I be in my head, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm not rushing. I'm not really fumbling on my words. To me, it's like I'm just gonna go with the flow and just keep it. I'm not gonna lie to myself and think I'm all perfect and I'm all educated. Oh, this is the word. And if you you're gonna see the real me because I want you to see the authentic. So when you see me in person, like, yeah, she's still the same. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and I know I keep saying I gotta stop moving my hands, but because you really know me, I'll be just quiet, thinking, writing, reading. That's what I do. Like, you a nerd, yes, and proud of it. I know I used to wear the shirt. I'm proud. I'm proud to be with the Geek Squad. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And and this is that was all of saying no. That was all of want to make sure I put that because I want to check it off because a lot of times we hear the word no and it's like we crumble. And yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about that. But I want to say like self-assessing, what I had to learn to do is make the decision and be firm with decision. If I was wrong, just go back and apologize. Not really apologize, just correct the deficiency because and it's not really a deficiency, it's that you change your mind and you realize things that didn't work. So a lot of times we can't fit a round peg. Sometimes it depends on how small that hole is to fit that round peg in a square because it can fit. Y'all already know it can fit. Put it in sideways, however. You were like, girl, you crazy. However, just like a diamond or a square peg can go in a round hole. We try to make things complicated, but we can't. And I'm that person. I'm that person and think logically. Yes, it can. You want me to show you how? Let me show you. I'm that nerd. I'm that, because I'd be like, no, we always trying to make stuff perfect in this. And there is gray areas. You're like, no, it's not. It is. I know it's duality, but there is a gray area when you're working with something and people have their own perception. Like me, I have my own perception, my own thoughts. I don't have to agree with you. And that's what self-assessing oneself. We got to be able to stand up and say, well, I don't agree with you. And then you you can also sit down and have the discussion or you don't. But you want to have other discussions so you can see how you can best thing. That's just to me a good assessment. And I do get feedback from some people. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna fix that. And I'd be like, man, he just told me I need to fix that. And you still did it again. But I'd be like, but I'm gonna get better. Because at least I consciously know when I do it. I consciously know. But I promise the conscious part I don't know what I'm doing is when I do the gunshot blast to the chest. I'd be like, let me work on that. When you feel I'm doing that, you let me know. You let me know because I be like, I don't know, I don't know. One thing self-assessing is it's not really caring who your friends are, but caring who your friends are when you're dealing in business. Now I know I'm jumping ahead, but it's what I wrote next. And what I had to realize is I'm in this business to do what? Make friends, help people, because all I said is if I hire somebody, it'd be cool if we, vibe and on the same wavelength and on the same vibrations, the same frequencies, we golden. But far as us being friends and all that, you want the respect and the honor and the trust there. That's it. But I'm saying we got to be friends because the worst thing in business is mixing friends, money, and family. And I wish it wasn't like that. But what we have to realize is, and this is the self assessment we have to do with ourselves is, am I jealous? Do I have an ego problem? And this is the thing that we don't. We forget about fleshly desires. And our fleshly desires is where the evilness come out, where the envy, the ego, the me, the me, instead of the us. Because some people don't want to see you do good. I'd be like, dang. And you would never see it. It's you trying to and be a people pleaser. I said I ain't doing that no more. If the price is the price is the price is the price. So and you have to stick with that. You got to stick with that. And because as soon as you start doing favors here, somebody you gave him a favor. No, the price is the price, and that's one thing that I am learning. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. So I'm gonna start putting signs up. I'm gonna start putting signs up. So I got a mental note. Let me put that down here. Put signs up because that people pleasing, that because the favorite family or this, the aunt, uncle, this kind. When it comes to family and business and money, it's like, ugh. And that's where you got to do the self assessment to realize that you are a people pleaser, and you need to stop because that's probably was ruining your business. That's probably was this. That's probably why you ain't speaking. That's why you this. That's and you have to really stop lying to yourself and see where you're failing because you do fail. That's why a lot of these millionaires, you be like, oh, they so arrogant, they so stuck up for a reason. For a reason. Then you wonder why they got the health. The the health. Then you wonder why they got the wealth. They have the wealth because they're firm. They be like, no, because if I give you then this, and we have to look at how it trickles down. And I was like, wow, that's a good thing to look at, you know. And yes, there's a whole bunch of rules about you with this group and you the same. And I'm not trying to keep saying the same thing, but you look at it and it's true. You look at it, you sit there and face things. You look at your bank account, you really look at how much you spend, who you waste your time with. When the last phone call you had, did you feel drained or did you feel uplifted? Was it a waste of call? Did you say something that you promised which you didn't want to do? We have to look at all those things. We have to really look at how we do. And I said, dang, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I done committed to this. And I was like, no, then now I just says, nope, can't, nope, 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 nope. I be like, mm-mm. And you have to do that on purpose just for your sanity, just for you to say, nah, I'm sitting here, keep saying yeah, and I really didn't want to do it. And I was like, man, I'll probably sleep by this time. And sometimes, and this is you self-assessing yourself and calling that person back and say, look, I really can't do this. You have to get somebody else. I'm just saying, you got to get somebody else. And a lot of people don't want to do that in business and in relationships. You have to do this in your pretty much your whole life, spiritually, mentally. You got to do this in every aspect of your life. Because if you don't, man, you got people that's takers. You got people, and I had to look. I had to sit there and decide. I said, well, who's a taker? And you be like, dang, because they ain't giving nothing. You be like, wait a minute. When the last time? You be like, you don't realize. You be like, wait a minute. So I see. And then People always say, the person that you love the most is going to hurt you the most. Of course. They get the bad, the good, the ugly. They get everything, know everything about you. Of course, they're going to hurt you. I mean, of course. It's like, what you expect? They're their own person. They have feelings just like you, just because you doing something. Because some people don't want to be in the camera. Like, I don't want nobody seeing me. Look, I don't want nobody seeing me. Because the one thing that I had to really stop caring about is how you really see me. I would like, someday my hair ain't gonna be done, someday it's gonna be done. If you gotta be picture perfect in these videos, then if you gotta be wearing sexy clothes or saying showing some cleavage or showing your whole body, and I'd be like, man, so I had to like check myself. I'm like, does it really matter? It's just so many things, doing a self-assessment yourself, being real with yourself, being authentic. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm wearing whatever I want to wear. But this is because this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm not feeling. It's just so many things, so many things. And in business, you do have to check yourself. This is business life. This is everything. You be like I was talking about, if I hire somebody, are they gonna help me? Because I'm gonna sit around and gossip. Because y'all know how sometimes some women can talk, some men now. You see it on TV. You be like, dang, is he really gossiping? Hey, you don't really see it that much. Like, dang. Because I never really got on the phone and heard my dad like gossip. I'm like, God, really? You normally hear it. I'm not saying, but you know what I'm saying. Then you start hearing, and they have the boy conversation, the men conversation. They're talking about their friends. Because I know my dad right now, he still goes out to go out to breakfast with his friends. I mean, we're talking about elementary, and they be in there cutting up, and I was like, "Dang, y'all cutting up!" And then you see a little bit, but you don't really hear the gossip as much, versus when it's a women in the table. But you have to think about that in business. Is that growing your business, hurting your business, stagnating your business, or your business is going to fail? Because you sitting here worrying about feelings, you worrying about this, worrying about pay. They're going to work. Are they really going to work? And are they going to have your business successful to where you making money and they not that, you paying them a salary and they're like, well, I did this, so I should be owning the business. It's just so much chaos and so much stuff in there. And you have to be real with yourself and say, well, nope, I love you, bruh. I love you, sis. But the buck has to start here because I have to worry about my business. Yes, sometimes, like with this demic, a lot of people got put off, work, and then they want to come on with you, and you're like, dang. You have to be real honest with yourself and do assessment. Like, well, do I really want that? Can I really pay that? Are they going to do this? And that is like a hard pill. And people are like, I wonder why you stay by yourself. And it's like, it's not on purpose. Sometimes some people like, I am not socially awkward. I can be. And I was like, damn girl, stop playing. You're socially awkward. And I'm like, I know. I know. I know. You like, you sit here and talk to yourself. What's wrong with that? I ain't answer myself back nothing crazy. I ain't really, you do this, you do. Y'all know. And I'm thinking about Mr. Brown, y'all know, on Tyler Perry shows, and Mr. Brown be, talking. And I'm like, I ain't talking like that. But I'm just saying, you just want to have that rationality. You want to, you don't have that. Because I keep saying I want to have a meeting of the minds, not say that you speak every morning, but I would love to have that. But I know me. This is, to be totally honest, I know me. I cannot just schedule a call and be, ugh. Because the military just had me to where it was like my life wasn't mine. So that I'm retired, I'd be like, I can't do it. So that's why I try my best not to have myself conform to that unless I'm learning, unless I'm growing. And it's bad. I want to see the benefit as a business owner, as a mother, grandmother, caregiver. I need to see the benefit that I'm going to work. Am I going to grow? Is this going to waste my time? Is it going to drain my energy? I have to have a benefit, not trying to be selfish or anything. I have to see a benefit of why I'm on this call, why I'm doing this. It has to be a benefit to me because right now, if it wastes my time, I'm going to feel some type of way. And this is me self-assessing myself. I'm like, ugh, Like, I can't do this. And I'm being real. And this is you really self-assessing yourself. I had to self-assess myself. I was like, I know I'm telling too much, but this is you facing yourself, because I look at us really rewiring our head, us really stop, all the stuff that we were taught. Some was just blatant lie, just a bald-faced lie. And it was like that part. So I ain't really worrying about the lying. I'm just changing. I'm just being more creative, more me, authentic, just going that way. Seeing my self assessment, a self of myself where, hey, do you feel like you need to do this today? Do you do this? Some of the things it's a no brainer. It will be done. When I put something, when I write something down, it gets done. How fast? I'll put little marks to it. I put little comments to it. Like, this book is so full. Did I get a lot of stuff done? I would say 80 to 90%. Because before this was starting as a journal, because this was been my journal. I promise you, right here, it says Viola Williams, January 31st, 2020. And y'all see, that's me right here, the pilot. Woo! I was like, whoa, whoa. And I said, what? Women, the pilot. Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, woo, I'm the pilot. I mean, it took a little while. I was like, if I go through this book, boy, it just puts so many memories. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just? Okay. I had to make sure. I had to make sure I didn't miss my part. But just take how long that I had this book, and I just go back, and I can just make live videos of all this little things. I'd be like, oh, let me do this, let me do that. I always put notes, and that's something that, like, being a content creator is kind of hard, kind of suck, because that's one thing that I told my brother. I was like, how do you come up with some of the stuff you talk about? And he was like, they had meetings and stuff like that, and I'd be like, okay. And it was funny because my friend Marion, she was like, she put a little clip in the thing before, and I laughed, and just being silly. She was like, Viola be in her meetings and be teddy bears all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Because I be having meetings by myself. Like right now, I'm at the table and I'm having meetings now. Well, I call this my hospital, because I'm in the hospital in the kitchen. But I'm having a meeting of the minds. And it'd be like this statue. Let me show you my statue. My statue my daughter bought. Like, this girl showing us my statue. So this is who I'm talking to. So sometimes, like when I'm doing my live, I'll put something there so it'll be an easy conversation, and the words will just flow. The words will just flow, make things easier. That was a tip that I learned from my brother. I appreciate you, bro. If you're on, I appreciate you. But that was just something I learned. So the next one was what I had to self-assess is asking for help. Whew. Asking for help. And I know I could have went on and on, but I'm trying not to go too much because I don't want the video to go too long. I'm already at 47 minutes, and I think I only talked about two things, because I could have went more about family, but you already know what you need to do and what you need to cut off. Have the grown conversation and just say no. You don't need no explanation. Sometimes the silence is the answer. But me asking for help, it has to be dire. And I'm like, girl, why do you do that? So I had to assess myself to ask them for help. And then there was somebody, that's a strong trait. I'm like, what? It's a who? What? I don't see it as that. I don't see it as that. Me, I used to take it as a sign of weakness. You can't do this, you can't do that. Then I was like, well, it all depends on the project, what you're doing, what you're dealing with. Because I think the main thing that we all have, and y'all can talk about this later, we could talk about this later, but I think I did talk about it. I don't even remember. I did so many videos, I don't remember. But all problem that we have is the word love. That's one of the problems that I see as a community, as this world, period. That's one word that some of us got wrong. I ain't gonna lie, some of us got that word wrong, and it's twisted, and y'all just don't. Y'all just don't. Y'all just don't. Y'all evil and bitter, and that's how this world can be. And that's one of the word that we got twisted. And I mean twisted up worse than a pretzel. You know how like the spider web be, but it all connected here and there. We just got things wrong. And that's why some of the stuff that we, like self-loathe and self-hate, and that's falls into there. So we fix that word and had the greatest love of loving ourselves, we'll see a lot more. But me accepting help, because I was like, who do I ask? Who really gonna tell me the truth? Who gonna use me, lie? You know what I'm saying? You be like, I heard so many lies, so who I'm gonna trust? Me, it was like, am I gonna trust you to ask me for help? Because my rationale was, if I ask you and you don't answer, that's my answer. And they was like, you didn't give me an answer. I'm like, what did I need you? 24 hours, 72, a week, a year. So how long? I mean, yeah, I wanted to, how long should you wait for your answer? You tell me how long. And then when the person keep, I'm gonna do it, and then you be like, you crickets, and you be like, you slowly tick people off your list who you can ask for help. You just tick it off to where there's nobody. Your list is empty. And I'm like, well, you're going to do it yourself and you're going to make it happen. If it fail, you know to do it this way, that way. I'm just saying, because I saw that my list of people was like maybe three. And then sometimes it was one. Sometimes it was one. It was like only, it'd be like less than a handful. It'd be like one person I could ask for help. And I'd be like, dang. And then you make so many excuses for asking that person instead of just asking. And they're like, well, I've been waiting for you. They're like, I've been waiting. They like, I've been told you I had your back. I told you. And I've been like, you did? I appreciate it. Because like I told you, couple of last week, was it last week? Time flying. I couldn't even tell you. Let me look at the calendar. I gotta look at the calendar for this one because um let's see. I opened up the thing. So last week, the 8th, boy, did two people ride or die for me last week? And I'm like, thank you. But I had the courage to ask. And then one just offered. And I was like, you'll do that? Really? And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was like no sleep. No sleep. When I said it's like no sleep till Christmas, y'all know that song. I don't know. Beastie Boys, whatever. You watch the Beastie Boys, whatever. Anyway, that song came in my head. But it was like no sleep and still went to work. And then I was like, there's no way. Let me just find somebody. Let me just find somebody. And then someone else volunteered. I was like, thank you. Because I need help. And I need help. And it was more of, did you really do that? And it was like, not the ultimate embarrassed, because I don't get embarrassed anymore. Because I'd be like, own it. I'd be like, own it. Own it. And that's a self-assessment that you have to really own. Because why lie to yourself? Yeah, a lot of stuff's going to embarrass you. A lot of stuff's going to embarrass you. You're going to fall. You're going to sneeze. Everybody, let me say the word nicely, move their bowels. Everybody pass gas. Everybody burps. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone. You see children knowing, desperate to crawl, desperate to eat, doing this. They just keep doing it, keep doing it. One mistake, one embarrassment, the whole world's going to end. Somebody step on your shoe, they ready to kill and all this. You'll be like, what in the world? Chill, calm down. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. I'd be like, no, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. A lot of times I was on live and I'd be like, did I really say that? Do I sound like that? And I'd be like, well, I don't care. This is you self-assessment, and stop lying to yourself. I had to self-assess. I was like, well, whatever. But now I ask for help because I see that you really need help. You really need help, and just ask. What are they going to say? Yes or no? That's it. Either yes or no. They say yes, you happy. No, you just ask another person. As simple as that. Same thing like in this business. I'm not going to say too much, but same thing. Same thing. Same thing. You have customers in the store. They either come in the shop, they don't come in the shop. They either want the advice or they don't want the advice. They ever want to learn the herbs, and then later down they're like, dang, I knew I should have came in that shop. You was here the whole time. Those things. I'm like, yeah. They're like, can I call you? I'm like, sure. You have to ask for help because I see that more people come and I be like, dang, you know, I was once like that. I was once like that. But I never asked because I didn't know that herbs was the alternatives. When I think the prescription should be the alternative. That's just me. That's just me. It's just me. Moving on, moving on, moving on. We already know trusting that you're going to give yourself a true assessment. Yeah, I already know that. Some of us been hurt so badly that we stay in the house and just be cruel to ourselves. Some just don't care and just be living and using people. You be like, well, dang, you ain't got no shame. I be like, nope, me. I be like, nope, nope. Karma's real. I don't know. Karma's real. And I'm gonna tell you, I would say through my career, I've been so man. I've been so. It's not luck. It's not. I just say favored. I've been so. Oh my gosh! It was more of like thank you, God. It's like thanks to the Most High. And it just comes to my mind. I'd be like, thank you. I have so much gratitude. I'd be like, ooh, yes. That's all I can say. I, Out of all the stuff was like lesson learned, and I could just see, I could just see stuff that happened and the outcome. Because if you look at your life, you look at all the things, the mishaps, you talking about the deaths, the lives, the choices you make, the different jobs you took, you going to school, stuff that you got out of, different jobs you took during the summer, your life, your relationships, your love, your family, what you have with your children, having your children, doing, just looking at your whole life, the choices you make. And I just say, for my children, we have been favored. I'll just leave that word. That's one word that I can use is favored. And I just say things are fabulous and phenomenal. Uh, That's where I can be right there. Because what I do, I can sit here and talk all day about you guys pooping. I can. You'd be like, man, that's all you talk about. That's all I can talk about. Because y'all don't realize, I'm gonna say, yo, when I looked at my health, I'm gonna go back to me. When I looked at my health, that was one thing that was the fix in my life. You're like, that's it? You was full of it? We all full of it. But I'm just saying, when I did my self-assessment, when I thought about my body, how my body was, and I was like, yep, that was the fix. That's why I love to juice. After I get off here, I'm gonna go juice. I got my watermelon, my pineapple, my cucumbers. I have celery over. I have ginger. I have plenty of apples, and I have oranges. So I'm gonna have fun juicing until I have a call. I got a couple of calls, but I'm gonna have fun juicing. Then I'm gonna work on some products. But so I got my day all planned. Yep. That's why you have to have a routine. Yes, I already did my exercise. I already was in the sauna. Like I took Bob to the store. My day be boom, 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 boom. And as promised, I'm on live. You like, she is on live. She really on live. She on live. Got something to say and still talking. You're like, dang, does she ever shut up? Well, most of the time during the day, I don't really be talking too much. Like when I don't say nothing, I can actually go through a whole day and not utter one word. That's how much I be in my head, writing things down, just writing. Unless I'm on my podcast, talking, it's just saying, just saying, and that's trusting. That's trusting. Um, I was gonna say the other one is fear. Now, I don't. I consider myself doing things out of fear, doing things because of fear. I was like, there should be no lack. So and I'm not saying that's all I think about. I'm just saying, but if I don't get this done, you know, what is going to be the outcome? If I don't continue my life, what is going to be the outcome? If I don't continue doing my business, what's going to be the outcome? If I don't continue moving forward, pushing one foot from the other, if I don't work out, if I don't keep juicing, you think about what the outcome. I'm thinking about like my whole life. If I don't get in the sun, if I don't get out here and do deep breathing, what is the outcome? What is the outcome of everything that you think about your life? And I was like, I want to steady grow. I want to steady making sure that I show my daughters It is possible. You can do this. You can do that. You just set your mind to it and keep going. Set your mind to it, keep going. Yes, you're gonna, you're gonna fail at some things. Yes, you're gonna be scared. Yes, fear, but on the other side of fear is like, dang, you be like, I did all that, and I promise you, I'm not even gonna tell you what my pet peeve is, but it was more of, dang, just spray or whatever. But anyway, I was like, man, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna do it out of fear. So I did all my videos so far, a little fright, a little edge. Like right now, I feel it. I'd be like, I'm like, don't you fall out that chair. I be saying that. I'd be like, girl, you better stay still. You better not move this camera. Because if you move the camera, everything gonna go down. Because I have a Logitech and I have a Jimmy rigged on my tripod. It's not on my computer. I'm not doing it with the computer, but I have the tripod. You be like, girl, you could upgrade. And I was like, but it's working so well. And I was like, you can fix your lighting. But I think my lighting is beautiful. My background, y'all may see me moving right here in the mirror, but if it ain't fixed, what? It's doable. You be like, well, you can fix, you can tweak, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, I have a nice background. A nice background, and I got plenty of lights. You may hear this water thing going on, but from what when I was speaking in the chat, hey seven, hey heaven plus seven, I was speaking in the chat. They said they don't hear it. Y'all don't hear the water thing humming and make. To me, it sound loud, but y'all don't hear it. So, and I know the wash machine just went off, so I'm washing a load of clothes. But I do, I do a lot of things out of fear because I was like, no, this is not going to stop me. I'm going to do the video. I'm going to put it up live. I don't care what they say. I don't care. I don't care. Long as I ain't lying. Long as you I ain't seeing no fake person or authentic, I ain't pulling no. Y'all look, it's all skin. This is all me. Ain't nothing to pull to show another face. This is my skin. This is me. Y'all got me. So this is me doing a self-assessment. I'm like, nope, you're gonna do this out of fear because a lot of times fear will stop us right in our tracks. You be like, dang, you gotta move forward, you gotta get up, you gotta do this because there's quite a few times that I did a video and I was going through my deep 3-day process, like what I was talking about yesterday, dealing with the pain. I was like, well, let me go ahead and do this. And sometimes I was rushed. Sometimes I was so in my head that I would talk fast, and I was like, dang, you was kind of aggravated, but you still push through. You still push through. And I promise you, just even when I do my podcast, don't think everything's all gravy. Couple of times I was in the emergency room. I was in the car, still doing the podcast, taking care of my mother. It's just a lot of things that people don't know outside. And people are like, well, she is human. She still got a life. She ain't got a man yet. I had some dates, but TMI, TMI. It's callers. But I be like, no, bruh, no. I ain't gonna lie. I be like, no, I'm not interested. So at least I can say, because usually I be like, I'll go. I be like, no, now it's no. I don't want to, and not saying it's wasting my time. Why am I wasting their time? You be like, yeah, women just want you to buy the meal. No, honestly, no, I'm good. I'm good. Till you have interest, because why would I waste somebody's time? And this is you doing a true assessment. This you stop lying, because there are people out there who are just going on dates just to get a free meal. I'm like, was it really free? Because I look at that meal you just eaten. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather sit here. I'm about to pull these bananas. I'd rather sit here, get the tape. Get the tape. Because right here it says what it's supposed to say. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. So these are the bananas. I'd rather sit in the park and eat 2 bananas compared to some of these places where you go out to eat. I'm talking about me, how I feel. Some of these places, I'm like, well, dang, it was suspect because was that pork in their greens? Did they? Did you put some? What kind of spice? And I'd be like, dang, my bladder's on fire. I did it again, which I knew I shouldn't have went. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. And yeah, I got the patch now, so I ain't gonna feel it. But it's still a point because my body's correcting. My body's correcting whatever issue that was making it that way. I was like, go ahead, stem cells, wake up, more wake up. Let me stay hydrated. Look, I got a little bit left. Look, I had a little bit of coconut water left, but I was like, let me stay hydrated. So the patch, I don't know if you can see it. I got it here, and I got the other one here. I was like, I said, I wanted to work and make sure because I take my herbs. I'm gonna have some tea, but like I said, I'm getting ready to juice so I can have juice for 4 days. I got juice for 4 days, and then I bought some other juice. Yeah, I know that juice that's $8 and $9. You be like, dang, is this really worth it? But I go to the commissary because the commissary, the juice that y'all would pay $10 at the commissary, it's like $3 to $4 cheaper. How I know? Because I always do price comparison. You like you do price. I hell to the year, or I go to the go to Sprouts. Then I be paying for, and this me just talking, me running my mouth because it's past an hour, so I can run my mouth a little bit more. You go to Sprouts, you're paying $10. $10 when I know I can go to the commissary and it'd be five. You be like, girl, I love the commissary. Just like I was drinking the harvest, the harmless harvest coconut, $3 cheaper. You like, girl, you got $3 cheaper. Y'all I'm just saying those are the perks. So these are the perks. But bottom line, when I did a self-assessment myself, I found that I was doing things scared. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna let fear stop me. Plain and simple. I was not letting fear stop me. When my brother was like, come on, let's do a video, I was like, sure. And then after I'd be like, hey, it was all right. He was like, you did good. I did things scared. I still do. I'd be like I'm getting ready to go to Lexington. Never been to Lexington before in my, and I ain't saying I'm scared, but I'm like, dang, how long this trip is gonna be? And this, you got your what you want to do, and I mean, you do things out of fear. Get in the car and just go. Get in the car and just go. Because you just doing, you don't know where you're going, but you're going. You're gonna follow that GPS because you know that the gravity and the GPS don't lie. The GPS tell you go 5 turns and hook a left, and you like, dang, I'm here, but I could have just went straight, and I GPS gonna get you there. So you be like, I'm trusting all in the GPS that I know the Most High has. I'm just saying, I did things out of fear. So I did my assessment, and I look at it. Then I was looking at, like when I was talking about the phone, I stay on the phone on what I say. Yes, I said, is it going to be growth? Because if, and not saying if you're in the same place you did last year, but you can see when you're growing. And I wanted to make sure that I was growing. I was like, am I speaking better, going slower, making quality videos? Because you can listen to a whole video and get something out of it. Even if you learn 2 3 things, when you learn that one thing, you be like, dang, these are putting pieces to the puzzle and making you hold. Even though you already hold, you already heal. But I'm just saying, it's always something that you can learn from somebody. No matter how small, no matter how big, but you can always learn. That's why I go and listen to a plethora of podcasts. Sometimes I let the commercial play so they can get their little money. But I be like, nope, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But I was like, uh-uh. I want to make sure that I'm growing in some kind of way. I'm like, aha, just like yesterday, I learned that when you're in business, there's forms that you can use. And I gotta go find a lady. Matter of fact, I sent 2 emails. Um, I wrote down because this one lady, I gotta go and I want to say it's on Instagram. She teaches you how when you're in business, you loan money to yourself and how to pay yourself back. You gotta cover your butt because you could be doing some extra stuff and you're just trying to see how new, like most of the time I'll just um buy some new herbs, or like right now I want to do hair oil. I want to do a good hair oil. I got a couple of recipes. I want to do a new product. So I want to do something for children because I got grandchildren. I want their hair. So I was like, let me do a line for them. Like I'm already doing the kids gummies. I said, let me do more and do a kids line. You're like, yo, I can do a kids line. Well, I'm telling too much TNI, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a kids line, so I want to make sure. So that's why I said growth. I want to make sure it's still growth because a lot of us are still standing because of fear or whatever, or relationship. We let things. I do sometimes get in my feelings sometimes because really like somebody, like, well, it didn't work, it didn't work. But I'm not gonna sit here and cry. I'm not gonna have my business stand still. I'm just gonna still keep pushing for my business. We can let anything, like a death, we can let anything stop us, but no matter what, we still gotta push forth. If not, you don't quit on yourself, quit your business, hurting your health. And I'm not saying for what, because remember, whatever that person left this earth from, even if they were murdered or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this out of love, celebrate their life, because at least you did have the time with them. Sometimes we argue with people, but we can't take that guilt and have us in that grave too, even though we're standing right here in front of you alive, well. And a lot of us, we do that, and I get it. Take the time, mourning, take your healing, do what you think is necessary. But for me, I look at assessment. I'm like, well, are you going to push forward? And I just keep pushing forward. Keep put one foot in front of the other. Because I said I'm not going to let none of this stop me. No matter how I build my business, slow, whatever, indifferent. Like on what is her name, on last night, the song "To Be," she said, "Rocky may be the roads I take, but that's just the way she go." And I was like, "Shh." Sis, I be doing the same thing, because as a high D, we be moving without a plan. I be like, nope, reassess, start getting with a plan. So I put on my air traffic controller hat on, and then I go and put my pot my what is it, my what is it called, um the stewardess, and I be like, let me serve, let me start doing this. So I got my regs. I'm being more service and get a plan, because they plan. They already got things stayed out and time, and then they got the air. Then I got the grounds crew. I gotta pep myself up. Because boy, I be having myself me small. Be like, I just have my own motivation, because I was like, man, I'm not letting no more missed opportunities pass me by. No, and I'm not saying I'm falling for everything. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of people got to realize when we fall for everything. Oh yeah, that sound good, blue. Oh yeah, that sound good. Then you be in everything, and then you ain't standing still, and you ain't standing on your square, and you all way around. I be like, mm-mm. But in my business, I'll make sure I'm in a lot of different areas in my business, in my realm. I'm not all other things, because life wave patches fits in what I'm doing. It ain't nothing. Just like when I was talking about the squatty potty, that fits into what I'm doing. Colon Queen. Colon Queen, so that fits in. Squatty potty, you be like, yeah. Even if you got two cans, because he didn't want me to promote his thing, so I'm not gonna promote it. Just two cans, and you can make your own. You can make your own. You can make your own squatty potty. But anyway, anyway, you can't make your own stem cell. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. You gotta have that equipment to draw your blood and all other stuff, and they gotta do, yeah. That's where the big bucks come in. But this one, go on my website, get 30 in for $99. Save some money. 99, 95, $100. Save your life. And I tell people, give yourself 3 months. Do a subscription. You have the first month, do yourself 3 months, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But when you see the change in your life, you say, shut the front door, sold. You be like, my brain is balanced. What? The mercury, all those toxins and poisons got out my body. You be like, whoa, I feel different. You feel different. You actually, I'm just telling you, subtle, but you feel different, because I feel like a, a changed person, because I was like, man, I'm getting up, and I don't have to do those 3 days anymore. So if y'all don't think that's an accomplishment, what? I be like, whoo, I put that patch, put that. Let me get them herbs. I'm gonna do that. Got my herbal tea. We go outside, and then it's more. I'm telling you, it's more freedom. It's more freedom, more freedom. But anyway, a lot of us are standing still, and we need to push ourselves, because a breakup, death in the family, money, all these are hindrance. fear, all that, but you gotta just push yourself. You gotta self-motivate. I'm already a self-motivator. And I was talking to Bianca, and I, for the life of me, I was like, sometimes you gotta put music on, put stuff on, stuff that's gonna push you. I just get up and go, yeah, what's the, I get up like that. Sometimes I put the alarm clock, I get up when I'm done sleeping, actually. I love it. I get up when I'm done sleeping. I'd be like, whoa, this is nice. This is okay. Then I'd be like, okay, remember your list, but I try not to mess with my list. And the goal, what I'm doing for me, because self says I will pick that phone up quick. I will, and I know it sounds crazy, but I will on purpose get all the way out my room to go all the way into the kitchen to look at the clock on the stove and go, okay, that's what time it is. You be like, you can just go pick up your phone. Nope. I go all the way into the kitchen, look at the clock in the hospital, go in the hospital in the clock, go to the stove. Okay, got the time. Whatever I got on, it all depends on. I'll go out in the backyard. My mom like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I gotta get my walk in. I gotta smell what y'all cooking, but I need to, you know, get my me time. Even the sun is not up, but I saw that in snakes, and I was like, we're gonna make sure it's light outside and a lot of light. As long as the cat's back there, I'm good. But but I was like, I'm gonna put some stuff down. But and the grass is cut, but sometimes you can't see it. But anyway, I go out there and I just do me, just do me, because I was like, because if I look at that phone and I start answering emails and do this, next time I see it, 6 o'clock, it's already 12:30. It's already 1 o'clock. And if I told y'all before, sometimes I'll work straight through to 1 o'clock, and then I get my seriously me time. I take a nap, whatever, go to the movies, whatever, go out to get me something to eat. And when I say give me something, give me some more fruit, get me my stuff to juice, I'll do that. I sometimes go to Pastor Sean's house, and yep. So I have like a routine that I get done. Make sure I get my orders, mail stuff out, check the email, check this, make sure I get the podcast videos. This, you see, I'm doing live, but I have a system. I have the routine, because in your routine is where the success. In the routine is where you breaking some habits. In the routine is where we're gonna break some DNA changes in our head and be like, yeah, that was some BS. You be like, I actually believe that. Just what you're saying. So, and today I'm back on assessment. I can go back and listen to the other one, but it's on assessment because we don't need to stand still. The biggest thing that we have to do is deal with our hard truths. Deal with our hard truths. I already know that sometimes I'll be all over the place. I'm like, dang, slow down, do better, do this. I'll be like, ugh. You be like, you messed up again. Guess what? You got another day to get it right. You be like, but I ain't gonna watch your videos. I'm like, well, you're gonna miss something because I am gonna get better. You're like, oh yeah, I love her. She stayed. She really changed it. Only way you're gonna see it, because what we don't realize is, and I know this is not part of it, but because of my skin, the revolution will not be televised. You like what? That was just something that we need to realize. The revolution for us growing and changing and all this other stuff is not going to be televised. All the stuff that's really happening, what we need to be doing, all this is not going to be televised. And once you get that, you be like, whoa, whoa. Because there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do as an individual for our people. So you got to keep your prayers and your meditation and stuff for yourself. We got to love ourselves, forgive ourselves, and change for ourselves. And there's a lot of hidden messages in there, but I hope you got it. But anyway, we got to deal with the hard truths. We got to deal with the hard truth. Like Michael Jackson, The Man in the Mirror, and the other song. They don't really care about us. We gotta own. We gotta own it. Period. Those are hard truths. Another hard truth that y'all not getting. My Hashua is not white. And I'm gonna leave it there. So it's a hard truth that we gotta just get and know what these holidays really are hiding and changing, and that part too. Hard truths. And hard truths about yourself. We got to really stop lying to ourselves and own up to what we need to correct in our lives, what we need to fix. Even if You know. And some of us, you know, they cheat. And you be like, stop. You hurting the family. You hurting your family. You hurting your children. You chose a lot of stuff. A lot of us be lying, especially lying to ourselves. Stop. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Love yourself purer than anything. Do the agape love. Do the agape love. I mean, it's all love and stuff in the Bible. We reading other stuff. We be like, that don't pertain to me. It don't. The worst thing that we have wrong is love. The worst thing. The worst. Just like they tell me, I forgot what they said about the greatest story is untold or something. My mind, I just forgot the saying, but it's a lot of things that we can just fix if we love ourselves and we forgive ourselves. We give ourselves the grace and mercy that you give everybody else. You know, everybody else you give the grace and mercy, but you don't give it to yourself. And then when you're doing wrong, you don't take a, well, I'm gonna say me. I can't say we don't. I don't take accountability, but that's one thing. Because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm wrong. But you got to take that accountability. Because I was like, well, am I taking accountability? And I be like, I apologize. Because accountability, am I really doing the best I need to? I can do better. I can do better. How can I serve you? How can I do this? How can I really love myself? But that word love, I'm telling you, is right down here. The hard truth. And then it says love. I don't know. My stuff's gonna fall in like chicken scratch that I've been scratching things out. But that's just the hard truth that we don't do. We don't do the hard truths about ourselves. We don't. We don't. We don't. Same thing how we spend money. We just be blowing it. Knowing you need to have some money to pay the electric bill, to wipe the kids' lunch. Y'all know daycare is off the chain. Off the chain. Daycare bills. What? Off the chain. You got to have a whole a whole job just for daycare. Whoo, you got to have you got to have a whole half a job, a whole extra business. But anyway, I'm trying to make sure as I got here, I got school, bills, life, and love, and all that. It's the biggest lie we tell each other. We're like, oh, I'm gonna do better in school. Just read the book, get the information, get a partner, get a tutor, own it, get a mentor. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a mentor. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a coach. That's what I said. I had to learn to ask for help. Shoot, I'm asking now. I be like, yo, y'all got something you've been talking about? Put in the chat. But that's us doing this assessment and stop lying. And some of us don't even know we lying because we lie so much. We're like, dang, it sounded good. It sounded good. But I'm gonna get off here. It's already an hour and 20 minutes. Just make sure that I didn't miss anything, you know. And then it's like we gotta really be honest with ourselves and what do we really want? What do we really want? That freedom sounds so hella good to me. But that freedom comes with a lot of sacrifice. If you want to be free and wealthy, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. And I can throw it to me. Am I willing to sacrifice? Hell to the yeah. I'm willing to have some sleepless nights. I'm willing to stay up. You see, I'm making sure I get these lives out, but I'm making sure because I want you to get the information. So you hear about me, then you know you can look at the things that you can fix with yourself. Because I'm just talking about me. I'm talking about me. So I make sure that because I used to just spend money. And when I'm saying spend money, meaning if the kids need something, I'll just go ahead and buy it. If I need to get something for the house, I would just go ahead, fix the whole house, and then pay, you know, go ahead and get everything paid. So I'm gonna work this, I'm gonna work this, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grind hard. No, I'm gonna grind just to pay it back. And I know you shouldn't work like that. You should do the opposite. So now I'm doing the opposite. So I know what the things I need to do, what I don't need to do. Start using more cash. So now just pull out the cash and spend it instead of hold it in a hoarder. Because I was like, man, that dollar ain't the same 5 days ago. Y'all see the crypto? Let me cash out some of that crypto. And it be a loss. I'll be like, well, they go like, you ain't make no money. I'll be like, well, I'll be like, oh well. But anyway, family, just want to make sure I say that because in life we got so many decisions to make, so many attitudes, and what about the attitudes? So much. But I want to leave this with you, and I know you probably heard me say this again, but if you never heard me, at least you get this information. The only people that we should really care about boop, 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 that we should really care about. The boop, boop, boop was the cuss words that we should just give a flying, that we really should care about as the people. When you leave this earth, when you transition, they put you in that box, which I don't want to go in the box. Don't want to go in the box. Put you in that box, put you in the ground. The only people you should care about is the people that's standing right there at your gravesite. If it's raining and it starts thunder and lightning and they still there, there's your people. There's your friends. There's your ride or die. And I'm like, well, someone will make sure you in there. Don't worry. It all comes out. It all comes out. Just like these lies, the truth. Y'all see, because it'd be right there blatant. And most time be on the Simpsons, but it'd be blatant. You'd be like, dang, girl, what? But anyway, fam, I just want to make sure I go live. I have no idea what I'm talking about tomorrow, but I'm going to think of something. I'm going to think of something y'all want to put down, because the main thing is adding to your routine so you can be successful. And maybe I'll talk about the reading and throw a little love in it. So I know I gave some books before, but I'm going to give some different books, some maybe a different perspective, really how I read. And it's sometimes I be reading 3 books at one time. Be like, how you get it? It be kind of mixed, but I be like, nope, I got my train of thought here. I got my train of thought. And I got another book that, my Pastor Sean got her book out, Sharon the Crimin. She has a book out. So I'm definitely going to let y'all get that book. Hopefully it'll arrive today so I can show you tomorrow, because she's going to have a book signing here in Fayetteville. So I want to make sure you guys are here for that. So I got to get my schedule right, make sure, because I got to go back. I left the calendar at work. Okay. Anyway, it's almost 1 o'clock, but I just have a whole lot of things. So we'll talk a little bit about reading and something else it'll come up. Because, most time I do my podcast, things be coming up. I'm like, girl, did she really talk about that? And I go back and look. But let me read it and make sure that I didn't mix it. You said you sent an image yesterday after we talked. You said when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You sent me an image. It says the way to get on. That's right. Your commandments. You're absolutely right. A lot of us, we break the commandments every day. Because I was like, girl, did you break the commandments? I think about that. I'm like, I want. Not saying that. Well, we all want the Most High to say, "Well done." We all want that. That's like the ultimate. But are we living like that? Are we really living like that? And I think about that a lot. It's like, well, that's why when I speak with you guys and I do consultations, you may think it's like a gunshot blast to the chest, but I try to keep everything facts. I'd be like, forget my feelings. It's all about facts. Because if you really feel the way I feel, you'd be like, dang, she really cares. Because I do. I put herbalist Viola cares. I really do. I really do. So, but anyway, fam, I'm going to get off here. But you said you sent me a picture. You sent me an image yesterday. Which phone did you send it on? Because I gotta grab the phone. Which phone did you send it, or did you send it? Huh? Maybe if you resend it now while I'm on the live, I can answer. So tell me. Let's see. Somebody just called. I don't recognize that number. But tell me. I don't. I don't. I don't see a message. I don't see a message. Okay, don't call me while I'm live, because I won't be able to answer. Um, I won't be able to answer. But yeah. But yeah, just call me. Call me at least by 2, and then I answer. But yeah. But all right, family. I just want to make sure that I answer your questions. Make sure y'all drinking some coconut water. Make sure y'all staying hydrated. Make sure y'all juicing. Make sure y'all really taking care of yourselves, because I'm really serious about this this what I'm talking about for the next. I still got what? How many days? Because right now today's the 15th, and I've been on maybe 13 days. So to break a habit is 21 days, but I want you guys to go past 21. Give yourself extra days. Give yourself 25 days to 30 days to really break the habit. Because habits are, I mean, they so ingrained. Some of us indoctrinated. Some of us, it's a culture. Some of us, it's just a way of life. Some of that stuff we need to let it go because it's a bald faced lie. I don't know what you're dealing with. Some people did send me their messages, and I've been texting them back and forth. And some of the things that I bring up and blurt out is really for them, because I just want y'all to get it. I just want y'all to, really, really change and grow. It's about growth. It's about change. It's just about the, all this nonsense that we believe, and we're like, man, did I really? Because don't think that you didn't fall for it. I fell for it too. I fell for it too, and I'm just showing you how I changed some things, and I'm still growing. Yes, I got a coach. I got a coach. I got a mentor. Yes, yes. I know he's super busy, but he always come back and talk to me and tell me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate my brother. I really do, because I know, life gets hectic. We all grow. We all move. I'm running like three businesses now, three businesses. So it's like, whoa, and on top of taking care of my mom, and it can get a little hectic. It's going to get a little hectic, but I just want to make sure that, yes. So I want to make sure that's the number you text, because I'm not seeing the message. Because if you said the last couple of days, I was at the flea market yesterday, so I may have missed it. Um, but yeah, you have to resend it now, so I have it. So, but I'm gonna get off here, family. It's already an hour and 30 minutes, so y'all see I can just run my mouth. But make sure y'all eat it. Make sure y'all eating a little healthy. I know yesterday I was speaking about different foods I was trying. That's only because with dating, going in the dating world, and you got to eat, and you want it just to, can I get a banana? Can I get some fruit? But y'all know how much fruit costs when you go out to the restaurant. You be like, when you pay $10 and all they give you is two cherries, and they give you a couple of grapes, and everything is honeydew melon and cantaloupe. You're like, I don't want that. I'd rather having juice than eating it like that. So, oh yes, you said that yesterday. Wait, I didn't. You got to send it again, guys. Send it again. You got to send it again, because I don't know, because y'all know I'm talking about these patches, and y'all may not get it. Y'all may not get it, but when you first put that patch on, I'm trying to tell you, you be like, what? You be like, girl, now I see what you're talking about. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody. Between the herbs and the patches, I'm in heaven. Heaven, I'm in heaven. And getting paid. I'll leave it that way. You sent it yesterday. You gotta send it again. You just gotta send it again. You said I sent it yesterday after you told me to put on the Lifeway patch. Okay. I talk so much, and I don't know if I was talking to you, but I don't remember. You gotta send it again. You gotta send it again. Now, if you're talking about you eating all that meat, I wasn't gonna respond, because family, look, I love y'all. I love y'all. But when I was sitting here, and I'm saying this with love, I'm gonna say this with so much love. If you know I don't eat meat, right? If you know I don't eat meat, and you don't eat meat, and we working, and I'm teaching, I'm talking to you, you already know why you don't feel good. You already know. Hands down. Look. Okay. So I'm gonna talk maybe a little bit more, because I know people are gonna really miss this information. I know y'all already got off and got by, but it's okay. I just need to say this. Besides us eating meat, the worst thing that we can eat after meat, the absolute worst, is cheese. Cheese. We eat way too much cheese, and we thinking it's giving our body something nutritious. We thinking that it's helping our body. Now, if you are Caucasian or European or this side and not this side, and I'm not talking about light skinned brothers, so I'm not talking about I'm talking about my people. My people. I ain't saying peoples. my people. So if you all this shade, little darker, deeper, deeper, darker, or way to where you're albino, hear me out. Understand and overstand this concept. I don't care if you half a half. I don't care if you a drop of us. If you got some of my blood, we just get this. You are lactose intolerant. Your body be like, didn't I say no? Your body be like, didn't I say, didn't I? That's what your body is spanking you. Your body is tearing you up. And you like, I can just eat a little bit. But we eat way too much. We get excess of. We get excess. Like, I'd rather you sit down and eat 6 bananas. I'd rather you eat 6 bananas. I'd rather eat 12 apples. Now, saying that's what I want you to do. But you know, when you make applesauce, you don't know how many apples you really eat. Because I be eating a bowl and I be like, did I just like eat 4 apples? Yes, I did. Did I just eat 3 pears? Yes, I did. And guess what's coming out like within 2 to 3 hours? I'm moving my bowels. I'm moving my bowels. Like in my intestines is a garden of Eden, not a pit of hell where it's a graveyard, where it's bones, flesh, worms. So we're tearing up our body. It's like that medical, how I'm saying, metabolical waste. You see, I can't say the word. That's why I be trying to keep things as simple as possible. You're putting all this stuff in your body. Your body says, what do you want me to do with this? Your body said, what do you want me to do? You want me to put some lesions on your brain? Do you want me to put the parasites? Because if your liver and your pancreas and your kidneys is not giving you warning signs, your brain is already giving you warning signs, because we're putting so much toxic poison, we're putting so many parasites way up, and they just having a time of their life, and you be like, I can't think. My pineal gland, my toxins, the metal's not coming out. And then we putting a deodorant on that has toxin. We putting all this cream on our arms, and we thinking it's lotion. Y'all better get that grapeseed oil and put the baby oil on your body. Put a little bit of vitamin E, so a little rosemary. I know you be like, don't add too much castor oil, because you know that's going to grow some hair. But y'all get what I'm saying? I can't really say anything if you, and I'm not saying don't ever do a consultation with me, but I'm just saying, if you one of my past people that we already talked to, and we talked and we was on a live till almost midnight, and you asked me about what's going on with you, I'm like, you already know the answer, and I love you. I'm just self-assessment. That's what we're talking about today. We talking about self-assessment. So you on purposely, and I'm saying this so much respect. You purposely are giving yourself a heart attack. You're purposely giving yourself lesions. You're purposely giving yourself a lot of sickness. And I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm telling you, and this, I guess this is the gunshot blast to the chest. So you're purposely hurting yourself. Purposely. And that's all I can say. Because I already talked with you. We already talked. And I'm talking to you live. And I'm hoping I'm reaching you. It's really nothing I can say, really not for me to text back and look. You know I care. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, what do you want me to say? You already know why you feel good, but you do. I was like, get some castor oil. We already know the patch is going to glutathione. You already know it's going to tell your body purge. It's going to tell your body release them that bile or whatever's in your liver and your gallbladder. It's going to say detox. It already says it blocks inflammation. So if it's blocking, if it's telling your body to block, I got to take care of my words. So if it's already telling your body what to do, what did you want me to text? Because honestly, I ignored your text out of love, because I said, you already know what you got going on. Honestly, I did. I said, you already know what's wrong. You already know. You already know. You already know. Did you put something down there? Because you know. Hey, Ross, how you doing? Oh, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But it's nothing I can tell you. It's nothing I can tell you. Didn't I just say I'm getting ready to juice? When I'm saying this, it's time to juice. It's time to let go. It's time to let go because I'm gonna tell you when you get into your 50s, because I'll be 57 in a month and a half. 57. And you think I'm gonna go ahead and eat some more cheese and eat some meat? Mm-mm. I'd rather eat soy. I'm just gonna say I'd rather eat the soy, but I ain't gonna eat too much soy. I'd rather just get the mushrooms and the jackfruit. I'd rather gorge off of that. I'm just saying. You already know, guys. I really can't answer your question because you already know the answer. You already know the answer. And I'm saying this out of love because um, I can see if you was new, but you know me well over a year. Well over a year. Because if you ask my brother the same question, he'll be like, what do you want me to really answer you? What do you really want me to tell? Because we need to cut back. We need to. The signs are all over. If, like I said, if you really did your homework, and I mean really did your homework, like if you look at what's tearing up your mother and what's tearing up your father, if you look at what's tearing up just them two individuals, and then you look at your brothers and sisters if you have, and then if you look at your own children, tell me what their main meat eaters, vegetarians, plant based, and then you tell me what their life and how their body and what's going on with them. And I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there. Um, but I appreciate you guys. I really do. I need to go ahead and juice. Goddess, I will call you tomorrow. I will call you tomorrow. You're probably mad, but you shouldn't be because I'm saying this out of love. Saying this out of love. But I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't know what you want me to tell you. No, I really don't know what you mean to tell you. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Honestly, I can say um that's where I was talking about the self-assessment. That's what I was talking about. If you go back and look at every name of the last, if you look at all of the podcasts, look at the names. Look at the names. When you can answer each question, then you have your answer. Because when I say self-assessment, you have to self-assess. What did you do to your body? What did you do to your body? Honestly, because I can't answer that question for you right now because that means that you was not listening to anything I said. Anything, anything. But I care about you guys. I'm here. I'm here. Yes, I'm here. But I'm human as well. I'm human. And sometimes silence is the answer. And what I mean by silence is the answer, you didn't answer me back when I ask questions, when I send messages, like when I sent the Eric Thomas clip. A lot of stuff falls on deaf ears because you know the answer. You know the answers. And honestly, it's like we are brand partners. We're brand partners, right? We are brand partners, and we know the answer. We know what we're doing to ourselves. We know health. We know health to the point to we know what's messing up your stomach. We know, have I drank enough water today? Did I put any limit in the water? You know, have I went outside in the sun? Have I meditated? What have I done? Have I really asking a question? And do I really want the answer or if I already know the answer? We all know the answers within inside. Yeah, if you really truly don't know the answer, then I will call you, but I'm gonna call you tomorrow because I really need you to sit what I'm saying. Sit what I'm saying, because like right now, I want you to ask your own self that question. But love, peace, and life, family. I think that we all need to really self-assess. I told you how I self-assess myself because there's a lot of stuff that's coming up and there's a lot of choices that you have to make. And you know, we all in life, we all in life we all have vices. We all have vices. We all really know, you know, how far people can push you, how far you'll let somebody push you. You already know what your vices, your pet peeves. You already know when enough's enough with you. You already know what you're going to tolerate with your kids, your family. You already know to self-assess, to lead with love, and always lead with love. Always lead with love. But some people, like I said, don't know love, bitter hate, and that's why some people sitting still. I'm about growth and forward movement, and you know whatever you think you can teach me, shoot. Because look, I mean, shoot me some messages. I don't mind, because I appreciate you, Ross. I appreciate you, Henry, for sending me those videos. Some, be funny. I'm like, I just watched that. I promise. I'm like, I just watched that, and I'm surprised you didn't see me in the live or in the chat. But I just watched most of those videos, and I do pass them to other people when I see where they would change their life. Because if y'all not, I know y'all follow me, and I know y'all follow Herbis Cream. Y'all need to check out Yaki Awaken. Go look at some of the stuff that he tells you, because cellular health is where I'm at. Cellular, going down to each and every cell, each and every bug that's in your body. That's where I'm at. But until next time, family, I'll speak to y'all later. Like I said, we'll talk a little bit maybe about books tomorrow, because we need, it's just growth and get your mind right. And I was gonna let y'all play some clips, but I just kept going, and here it is, almost 2 hours, and I need to go. What time it is? Yeah, I need to go. All right, family, peace.